Okay.
as long as the last one.
Okay.
We can start.
Sure.
Perfect. So, hi Emily, how are you?
Fine, and you?
Very good, thank you. So, could you tell a
Good.
little bit about yourself for the people who haven't watched the last interview and would like to know you a little better?
Sure. My name is Emily Alp. I live currently in Doha, Qatar, and I'm a science writer by day, and I also teach yoga. And when I was younger, I had a series of conditions that all were underlined by a condition called celiac. And coming to know that disease, I became really interested in nutrition and elimination diets because I couldn't figure out what was wrong with my stomach. So now I'm just super duper involved in yoga and work and meditation, and I'm just about to leave my science writing career full-time endeavor and start teaching more yoga, doing more nutrition coaching, and just becoming more of using more of my healing capacities, like sharing information that I've learned to help other people on their healing journey.
Okay. How was this? This book is for people who have allergies and intolerances. How is living with that, or finding out? Do you have intolerance to something as common as gluten or dairy, which are the more common ones?
So you're asking how I cope with it, or what I think of it?
What do you think of it?
So, yeah, I'm quite an optimist, so I tend to think of it as an opportunity for self-care. I think of things in practical terms, but then I also like to find things in spiritual terms and in terms. And I think we're just living in a day and age where a lot of food allergies are starting to show up in terms of our awareness, and I think people have an opportunity to exercise self-care, to use food as kind of a fundamental mechanism to assert boundaries with themselves. So, if you have a food tolerance, there are social implications to that, but there are graces that you can develop. You can develop a lot of grace around saying, well, I can't eat flour, I can't eat donuts, work social meeting, and then, you don't. Maybe it starts out when you first find out, oh, I've got this condition, blah, blah, blah. And then you start to learn, it's just personal. So you can just say, oh, I'll pass on the donuts. You know what I mean? So you start learning a lot of social skills. You start learning to have confidence, because to me the word confidence is kind of to confide. You confide in yourself. You have your own little secrets, and they're enough for you. And you stand by those secrets. You become your own best friend because you're taking care of yourself. So I kind of view it that way, and plus, with the bonus with celiac is that I'm, 40, going to be 41 in less than a month, and I feel like eating gluten for so many years at this point, and not eating a lot of the foods that contain has been a key to me maintaining weight, me just having a lot of your time health-wise.
You touch a very good point, social part of not eating a lot of stuff. It's what a lot of people worry about because of, like you said, meetings or birthdays, parties. Everything revolves around food also, all the celebrations. So that
Totally.
So that was a good part.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's interesting because those things start to, for me, those events over the course of learning that I had celiac and having elimination, they used to be about food because I was always eliminating something. Well, they were about food before I eliminated things because food was so tasty. And then I eliminated things about food. And then after a while, this is not really about food. This is about people. So, you kind of work your way out of that.
And it works for not only intolerances, also like diets. It's changing your diets and changing your habits.
Your habits, yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what you do to help people, about your business.
Well, right now I'm enrolled in Institute of Integrative Nutrition, and that's a year-long study program to become a health coach. And it's such illuminating series of modules and lectures that I'm participating in. Now conducting free health screenings with friends as part of the training for that program. To help people know correctly, actually, with the training that does qualify me to help people, I teach yoga asana, and I also teach breath work and meditation. So once I get the certification in nutrition coaching, I can incorporate that in with the regimen. I can help and coach in breathing and in mindfulness through meditation techniques. I think something that's really, really critical in what I've learned is that with celiac and a lot of these kind of gut level diseases or conditions rather, there is impact on the nervous system. And also with our society, there's an impact on the nervous system. So you have a situation where people have kind of a degree of nervous system capacity because they're not getting the nutrients they need, and they're also getting bombarded by external stimulus. Mm-hmm. So there's just this kind of derangement going on in people, and I like to work with people to help start to balance, or at least start to develop sensitivity internally, mm-hmm. so that, through breathing and these things, they can start to understand themselves better, start to track themselves when they're eating things, when they're under stress, when they're making decisions that maybe don't correlate with what they're soul to. Mm-hmm. So, this whole holistic paradigm is starting to really become just commonplace. We used to talk about holistic. I think it's just everyone's starting to make that a mainstream thing. So, yeah, I work with people kind of in a holistic capacity, and it's getting more holistic as I go.
Let's talk a little bit about food. What is your favorite things to prepare, favorite dish to prepare?
Well, it kind of just depends on where I am and what the season is, you know what I mean, because that shifts. These days, because it's late winter in Qatar, I like to make pastas. I like to make a very simple lentil soup that's a Turkish recipe that's very, I don't think people realize how simple and vegan it is. It tastes so creamy and rich when you cook it because you actually puree the lentils, but it's actually just an onion, carrot, lentils, rice, and some vegetable stock, and it's pureed, and then you put some tomato in it. It's like velvety. Mm-hmm. To make that. But I also like to make I love anytime I need comfort or a little boost or, I'm just in the mood, I'll make my pancakes, which are the pancakes in the recipe book. I love making those pancakes, and people like them, so I like to make them. They're so easy. Yeah. So, yeah.
What is the ingredient that's never missing from your kitchen? That's
interesting. That's a good question. I would say, well, I've become vegan since July. It used to be Parmesan cheese. But now I would say, I don't know what I would do without my bread with aminos. Those really help in a pinch. They just add some flavor to vegetables, and if I want to put rice and vegetables together, or even I put it in that soup because it's a kind of a salty addition, but it's more nutritious as well.
Okay. What do you? One of the reasons people don't try things is for people that are used to preparing the same kind of food. They're a little bit scared of the kitchen. Do you like to cook a lot?
I love to cook. I'm very fortunate that in my family, my dad owned a pizza restaurant. My grandma was a cook. Her grandma was one of the cooks for the Kaiser of Germany. And I did have a stint 25% up 10 years ago, and I used to be one of the cooks for those people. So I like cooking I like cooking for a lot of people at once. That's fun. I like doing that too. And inventing things and putting ingredients together and making different types of food.
Okay. For
Yeah.
people like me, there are also cooks in my family a lot, but I don't like to cook. I just like
Mhm.
to do something fast, like a salad, and that's my cooking. That's
Yeah,
further as I go.
I can understand that.
But so for some people, it's scary just to follow a recipe with ingredients that they have never heard of, or things like they don't know even how they should taste. What
Mhm.
with all your experience, what do you recommend?
I recommend that they just try it and that they just do it. And the first time they do it, don't expect it to turn out. Because, I'm also a painter. I've got some painting stuff right here. It's just out of view. But I paint all the time, and also I'm a yogi, and I remember when I first started yoga, and I would look around the room and be like, wow, look at those people can do that. I can't do any of that. I mean, I think that it's a skill like anything else. And Ellen Watts says, you're really mistaken if you think that you can get pleasure out of this without skill. And skill is to be developed. I think the fear is produced by an expectation that it turns out or that you have to impress someone. I think it's important to be able to fail, to be able to burn something, to be able to put too much of something in. Just allow yourself to learn. Allow yourself to be somewhat of a child. And just forgive yourself. Imagine you're a child doing something for the first time. Would you scold a child? Just like, duh, why didn't you do that right, Or why, just let yourself be like a child. Play with the ingredients. Let yourself start using your intuition. Try to put it together. You could fail or you could find something that's really interesting that works. But it's a creative process, and it's a process. So I understand the fear, and also if you watch it, you don't want to waste ingredients. But just try things. Don't be afraid to fail.
Okay.
And then you get better.
That's a great advice. So how can people contact you?
I have a website. It's emilyalp.com. I'm working on organizing it and getting it just so. You can contact me through that. I'm at emilyalp@gmail.com. And I'm on Facebook, and I'm on Twitter, and on Instagram. And yeah, just feel free to reach out.
Okay. Thank you, Emily, so much for your time.
Of course. Thank you. Yeah.